Bájate.
Para ustedes el himno de Sudáfrica. Escuchamos a continuación el himno de Francia.
France have 7 players, South Africa 5 returning from 2018. And Katie, where do you see the battle being won?
Well, for me, this guy in jersey number 6, Dylan Richardson, has been an absolute monster in the loose. And this guy, well, he's always beating the first defender, and his yards after contact are absolutely crazy. I also like the 1-2 punch and the playmaking role. Hendricks and Wallenser, they've been absolutely electric, leading their team around the park. And for the French in jersey number 8, Jordan Joseph hasn't lived up to the hype coming into this tournament. For me, he needs to step up, especially physically, for his team to have any chance. And in jersey number 10, Louis Couple now also needs to be very good in this one. And the impact off the bench for me, I just think South Africa go a little bit deeper in their bench, and especially the guy you mentioned, Nohamba, has been absolutely electric when he comes on as a replacement. The French team, I just don't think they have enough. And jersey number 16, Barker's a big unit, but they're going to have to step up if they're going to match the South African unit.
Our referee for today is Craig Evans from Wales. He's assisted by Andrea Picardi from Italy and Newan Rivero from Argentina. 3:45 p.m. local time, temperature 12 degrees. The rain has stopped. The crowd is still here following the first semi-final game.
Comenzamos con la cuenta regresiva. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, a jugar.
And the 2019 semi-final between France and South Africa has begun. The French in white receive this inside their 22. South Africa in green and gold come back. First touch here for Bogan Isaacs. Scored a try in their last game against New Zealand. He goes to the left-hand corner. Louis Carbonell chases this one down. Goes to 20-year-old. That's a well-placed kick from South Africa.
Oh, that's a great kick. Bogan Isaacs in perfect position to receive that kick from Louis Carbonell. He faked it, trying to attack the line and put that kick over the top. It was brilliant. Look at this angle right here from the number 15. Hits his mark. Great start, South Africa.
Line-out win for France. They look to use Jordan Joseph, player of the tournament last year.
Hold.
And good evening to our fans watching in France and those in Southern Africa as well. The Racecourse Stadium hosts us here in Rosario. We've witnessed a physical, tough contest with Australia punching their ticket into the final over Argentina. 34-13 victory. Box hit comes down to South Africa. It's not out. Zakir Abrams jumps for the first tackle and then just ducks before he gets his head almost taken off by Pinto. Here they go now with JJ van der Mesh. They're going to target him on defense and they do well, especially Florent van Verburg, as Malenza drifts one over the top to Isaacs, Bogan Isaacs. A couple of good stutter steps from the fullback. Jaden Hendrickse peels the kick around. Angelo Davids comes in, but the tackles don't stick as France come away with this big fend to the face. Donovan Taufenwa on the outside throws it beautifully back into his centre partner. Great work there on Labelle to bring him down. Matthias inside the 22. France concede a penalty now, looking oh so dangerous from just outside their 22.
Yeah, a couple of knife offloads from France, but equally great scramble defence, and it's that man in jersey number 6 again getting back, Dylan Richardson. You can see already though, Dylan, the kicking game, the variation from South Africa. They hit the corner and originally then a little kick over the top.
Matthias Labelle kept them in the hunt for the semi-final berth with a bonus point try that he scored in minute 75 as Hendrickse jumps up to receive this. Isaacs goes again to the air. Louis Carbonell is there. Small but brilliant talent in the number 10 jersey. He finds space on the far right-hand side. It's Angelo Davids. You've seen him on the HSBC Sevens World Series for the Blitzbox as he's fly off. Kicks it to the halfway line. France. Carbonell. Great little snipe from the halfback. As the forwards peel around. Joseph is there to help out. France with Leo Colley. Quick ball for them. It comes to Aburin. Carbonell throws the dummy, cuts back in again. A space opens up. Oh, and then Kabakanya comes to with a high five. He's got him and missed his hand and just scraped the head of Carbonell. Advantage as this kick goes out on a full.
3 green.
Well, already Carbonell starting to challenge the line at first 5. It was lazy more than anything, just a penalty. Nothing more than that.
No, he's gone through his penalty only. 3 green. High tackle.
Here's Carbonell. Kabakanya, yeah, just wasn't on purpose. Good start by both teams, though. You can see the last game where France got absolutely smashed by Argentina. Carbonell wasn't challenging the line, so it was easy for the Argentinian defence to get up in numbers. Already, he had a couple of runs.
Shot called. Posts.
First chance for points will be for France, but you're right, Carbonell has impressed tremendously over the years. He was a winner on home soil for them last year. Top point scorer in that championship with 60, scoring 22 in the final against England.
And he's going to have to be on point, both with his kicking, with his general play, with his challenging the line, because his opposite number 10 had a blinder against New Zealand. James Wallinsett was brilliant, and in tandem with Jaden Hendrickse, they had playmakers both sides, so dangerous out South Africa. So France got any chance, he has to do something today, Carbonell.
Louis Carbonell played in the European Championship Cup, also for the French Barbarians against Tonga in November 2018. Carbonell for France. He may struggle to grow a moustache, but he doesn't struggle to hit three. They're up after 4 minutes 45 played. Hendrickson goes deep with the restart. There's a relieving kick there from LaBelle towards the touchline, not out. Molenza, nicely positioned.
6.
Isaacs paints the corners.
White back.
Abrams now positioned. Aerial ping pong. Where's Forrest Gump when you need him?
Hold.
Similar 3 kicks in a row. This time, bit infield for Molenza. James Molenza is really impressed in this tournament. He goes to the far side.
7 hold.
Well positioned there as well as Arturo Vincent. He loves to run. Couple of good steps. Beats 2. Vincent with a fend over the halfway line. France have come here to play. They're looking dangerous. And Kabakanya just lost that one. Difficult one bobbling around on this artificial pitch.
Jeez, I thought it had gone through his hands too in Kabakanya. I thought this might have been play on. Hopefully Manas Porqueta is okay. Just slipped as he went to go tackle his opposite. And after Vincent.
Good scrum, lads.
There you go, scrum time, first one of the match. So big area. He just loses his footing.
You got your 8?
This is opposite. This guy here been so good as a leader on his French side. He has to knock on. Jeez, I thought we went right through his feet there, unfortunate.
Crouch. Bind.
The carries that they've
Set.
had in the play, the French counter-attacking, and they get a penalty, full-on penalty again.
Run.
Collapsing this time, the bind, and Dion Blula pinged.
Green. Pigeon.
Looks like they're going to go for the shot here. Louis Cupper now.
Pull the ground.
Just saying, number 1 pulling to the ground. Blue the side. Hard to see from that angle. French guy's going down first, isn't he?
A couple of calls going against South Africa's way, and well, how France got here. They beat Fiji 36-20, Wales 32-13. They had that disappointing loss to the Los Palmitas, the home side, 47-26, but it was their wing three-quarter, LaBelle, that scored in minute 75 to get the bonus point, and that's why they're here as the 4th seed. South Africa, the number 1 seed, unbeaten. That's the thing about knockout rugby. Doesn't matter how you get here. That's what happens at the big dance. Second attempt for Louis Carbonel for France. .47 meters out. He turns. He likes it. It's 6-0 after 8 minutes. 2 penalties to the French fly-off.
There's probably a warning for South Africa. They have to keep their discipline. Louis Carbonel looks like he's bought his kicking boots for the semi-final. It's switched on. Right from the get-go, he knew he hit it sweet.
Penal convertido por Francia. Número 10, Louis Carbonel. Francia 6.
Hendrickson goes to that far side, and already just 2 errors from South Africa has cost him 6 points. They've also conceded the most cards in this tournament, have South Africa. Van der Mesch stops the initial carry there from Buren. So Leo
Use it.
came off the bench in Italy in their final round of the under-26 nations. Isaacs, quality fullback we've seen in this tournament. France try to pinch this one. It stays with South Africa. They go to JJ Van der Mesch. What a wonderful pass from Van der Mesch to Ulrich Lowe. The locks working in tandem. Richardson loops around. Doesn't go to him though. Molenza round the back. Enriquez Pretorius. How strong is Pretorius? Shrug still going. A magic offload to his outside centre. Porqueta towards the touchline. But wow, Pretorius. He certainly had his breakfast this morning.
But it's the other guy, the second rower, JJ Van der Mesch, with the first offload to Lowe was absolutely brilliant. The 2 big boys. Look at this here. This is why he's got so much reps on him, the number 4. Van der Mesch. From there, they set it up as nice, quick ball. And Enriquez Pretorius would not be denied and taken down. Brilliant run.
Theo Lachaud. First championship for him. Success in the line-out as Jordan Joseph stopped in his tracks.
Hey, 2. Use it, 9.
Carbonell not far away. He's very narrow in goals. So they used the box kick. South Africa back in attack, line-out time.
Yeah, they won't mind that. Deep in their own in goal works France, so it's going to be a throw into the line-out for South Africa. See if they can get a line-out drive going on here. Just try and get some ascendancy physically here, South Africans, from a drive.
Boys, over please.
Fez Mbata from the Sharks. Played some Super Rugby as well. Man from Maritzburg College finds JJ van der Mesh. It's hard not to miss that play. You need to be careful, because if there are lightning strikes, they come back. Van der Mesh should be hit first as they loop around. Richardson gets the ball stripped, though. Great bit of work there from Vincent. And then France lose it, so South Africa again will get possession back.
On by White.
Oh, they look like they're building too. Joseph with the loose handle and the knock-on, so it's going to be put in for South Africa. Louis Cabo now doing some great work, but Jordan Joseph really hasn't done much this tournament.
Don't pull it towards you, don't pull it to the ground.
South Africa so far looking after him too, so minimal impact from him. Interesting to see which way the junior Springboks go. They've got 3 loaded to the left, 3 to the right. A lot of space. We've already seen Rigas Pretorius how good he is in small spaces.
Crouch.
Okay, just going to say that. Find Pretorius, and you want to go in that direction.
Give me height, sink. Set.
But let's see what
Hold it.
Pepsi Buthelezi, the captain, has in mind. Turned 20 recently. Flicks up, just goes past Henriksen. The ball's there. Carbonell kicks through. He's chasing the French flyer. Misses it though on this occasion. Gets it yet again. It's a race for the line. Davids has it. Angelo Davids. Oh, the big step. It's tackled inside the 22. Isaac steps in at first receiver. Puts this one down. Taken cleanly by LaBelle. Sets off on run, beats one. Beautiful bit of work. Taufa Fenwa. He's into touch.
The knock on first.
There's going to be a knock on. South Africa are able to scramble. But geez, that scrum time, the French player, I think it was the open side, was a mile off. He didn't have a hand on the scrum. Assistant referees need to help Craig Evans out because he's on the other side of the scrum. Good scrambling defence again from Dylan Richardson. You wouldn't expect anything else from the number 6.
Richardson's been one of the standout players of this tournament. He was on the bench during the first game, got a call up through an injury, and hasn't given the jersey back.
Crouch.
The number 6 for South Africa.
Bind.
France, one of the most successful teams in terms of meters made, and they continue those statistics in this clash. Most offloads as well. Buthelezi at 8, gets it away to Pretorius. Takes some stopping, does the inside centre.
Use it.
Jaden Henriksen is another one of those star players. Comes down to Matthias LaBelle. LaBelle, the 20-year-old, always beats the first player.
Push, push.
Joseph waits on the right-hand side. They go low, and a good tackle there from Sibasiso Sangweni. Carbonell fires it across the right-hand side. Looking to cut back in, Julian Dalboui.
Fine.
Ball still there for Carbonell. Kwali wants to bring his forwards back into it. Kilian. Morassi in there as well. Slow ball for France, so they kick over the top. This one rolls all the way through the back. Malenzo's there to cover. Too much on that kick.
Interesting tactic there, using the box kick that close. He got good, quick ball.
Quicker roll, please. Tackler, quicker roll.
From the French team, so obviously they've highlighted they just want to keep it in the 22 of South Africa.
I know they can kick penalties from anywhere with that man. Carbonell chips over the top. Beautiful pickup by Hendriksen, but then it still pops up for the French. Leblouet with ball in hand. The dummy and the kick through ahead of the player, though, surely was fun for Berg.
Always under pressure, taking the kick and coming back for the scrum. Mark, Andrea. Yep. Okay. Cross forward.
It's already
Scrum down.
becoming a battle of the
White
nines,
ball.
isn't it? Leo Coley for France and Hendricks up.
Good.
Both taking some nice options. Getting in the road of themselves here a little bit, the French. So Cabanel only had one option, but to punch it through.
Last two will be much better. Okay.
Ball for France to attack with. They scored 200 tries in championship history during their win over Wales in match day number 2. I mentioned they have the most carries and meters made, including offloads. It's firm at the back from Jordan Joseph as he picks and goes. Joseph gets them on the front foot. As France fight forward. Hamanu inside the 22. Well taken by the French. Throwing bodies at this. South Africa try to stop them. Jean-Baptiste Thro. Van Verberg. In fact, Karasi is there. Dummy there from Collie. He's hit down by Sangweni. In fact, there's Buthelezi in there. France, pick and drive.
Hands back, one.
They pile on the pressure in the first 16 minutes, up by 6 points. South Africa asked to make a tremendous amount of tackles here in the red zone. Joseph, hit there by Elrich Lowe. Lachaud once. Cabanel shapes up for a drop kick. He was under pressure, so his body angle just shifted to the right-hand side, and that's where the ball goes.
Good D though, South Africa. South Africa will be happy with that, forcing the drop kick, nothing doing attack-wise for the French team, so they force Louis Cabanel into the pocket.
Came away, there was nothing clear for
Good
me.
line speed, good lowering tackles as well. That's the physicality you've been expecting from South Africa and seeing this tournament.
France kicked the most drop kicks in tournament history. Good take
Timing
there
was good.
on that right-hand side. Vincent Pinto. Cabanel comes a flat ball to Izuka Lachaud, the 18-year-old from Toulon.
Coming back for the break.
Let's get a penalty. They'll be
Coming back for the break down.
happy with us just to take their time.
Come back around through the breakdown.
The French always knew they're going to have to man up physically. That's what happened against Argentina. They got bossed around and got absolutely owned. So they knew if they'd come up with a performance like that again, then South Africa will absolutely smash them. So they had to come with a bit of grit.
Okay, Andrea. South Africa. You cannot come down and affect the
This is
line.
the penalty, is it? It's just,
France just 74% success rate at the lineup. It's actually the worst in the tournament. And South Africa pinch this one. The
Oh, good,
stats
Andre.
stay in favour of
Use it!
the defending line-out against the French. Ball with Elrich Lowe. But South Africa concede another penalty.
First man on his feet.
good competition at the line out there. I think it was Sangweni getting up and winning that ball in front of the jumper of France. I'm sure they're going to take the line out here. Arthur Vincent, the captain for France, telling Cabanel hit the corner.
On the line, lads.
Here's the hit up.
Yours. Let him hit the floor, Green.
Penalties 4 there for South Africa. France 1. Got to defend here.
They go to the top. Matthias Haddad for France. They're hammering for the line for the first try. France are over. It's a forwards try in the semi-final. And the backs come in to celebrate as well.
Yeah, it was Jordan Joseph by the looks of it. putting that try down after all the hard work was done in front of him. He's the one that comes into halfback right there. He absorbed the sack from South Africa. And in the end, easy put down for him.
Jordan Joseph, the top try scorer in the tournament, celebrating with his teammates. He's come off the bench in a couple of games as well. The 18-year-old gets it done this time in the all-important semi-final. 11-0 kick to come after 20 minutes. South Africa stunned.
His 5th try in Argentina this year. Played last year, won a title at home. Still eligible next year as well as Jordan Joseph.
Okay, boys.
At the moment, South Africa just can't seem to get any ball. They've had to make 40 tackles compared to France's 18. Still no need to panic.
And of course, conceding those penalties put you on the back foot. Early doors, though, in this game. As Louis Carbonell lines up this conversion attempt. Wonderful striker of the ball. This one goes to the side. So 11-0 after 21 minutes. France had punched in the first try.
Good take there from the blind side. Haddad. And they get in quickly. That's the secret. The body position's low. And not for the first time in this tournament. The forwards for France get a score.
Well, Sleeper grabbed this one. Urasi. One of the players that won the championship last year. Started 4 matches in the under-20 competition last year. And
Fair competition.
Valenza, great take from the Flav to the Kyoto Free State. Here they go with Elra close. Momentum needed for South Africa. Lula made his debut this year, and now Van der Mesch, extra meters. Isaacs on the left foot. Ball's been charged down and claimed by France. Just when they had possession, South Africa give it away. Foot race here from Abrams. Nice slide by the winger. He wasn't able to get to his feet as he was impeded with, and then taken into touch.
It's a quick box kick when they turn it over from France. It's just turning South Africa around every time. It's very tough to defend, especially when you got ball in hand. You never have to track back. Abraham's doing some fantastic work to track back. One now steals one for South Africa. It was in this position too now, but do they challenge or look, try and defend the drive?
Look to defend the drive, taken there by Jarasi.
Green off the legs.
It was Jordan Joseph that scored here moments ago.
Same all.
To break away with Alex Abdulrahman, and the ball's been pinched by South Africa. Stunning defense by the junior Springboks.
Use it.
Dylan Richardson. He touched the ground, so the French defenders need to let him go. It's a drop. Malenza. The pressure is really mounting here against South Africa. We have not seen an error like that from fly-off James Malenza in this tournament.
Just been rushed a little bit because of the pure pressure of France coming on.
To the maul in time. You cannot go into the legs when the maul is formed.
I think it was Singweni doing some outstanding. We're ripping their ball away, the open side. Oh, it's unfortunate, isn't it? You're right, he has made many mistakes in this tournament. There's Molensa. Possession just tells everything in this match so far. It was 24 minutes, France ahead. Territory-wise, well, their 57% has been played in this right-hand corner.
Bind. Set. Hold it.
France, prime time possession. They reset the scrum here.
Too much movement, guys. We go again. There's too much movement after the set.
A bit of work to do to get back in
We'll
this
go again.
game.
Yeah, well, first you just got to defend here any way they can. Don't leak any points. Have a strong scrum. Try and force maybe a penalty from France. Defend as we know they can. And just try and get possession. Looks like Manas Porqueta Is he off?
Yeah, two players coming on. David Kutzer, and in 22, as well as
stability
from Nombo.
on the set. Only then can I allow a scrum to continue. Okay? And when the ball comes in, we go straight.
Interesting tactics, taking two of your big boys off.
Are the subs done? 10 and 13 done?
But
Perfect.
I suppose the coaches see something
Time back on.
upstairs and make a change.
Well, we've seen David Kutzer come on early in the tournament, scored a wonderful try, but we haven't seen much of Swellendaba, man from Western Province.
I need that shoulder out
So change there, especially because Malenza has really been one of their best kickers. We see Isaac stepping up in that role recently.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
25 minutes gone in this second semi-final clash. The winner will face Australia.
Stay.
As Joseph brings the ball back with one hand and then drops it.
Yeah, I'm not sure the technicalities here, but once he's got his hands on the ball like that, I don't think you can rack it back with your hands, can
No,
you?
you shouldn't be able to.
So
Scrum down.
that's one thing.
Green ball.
That's exactly what I was talking about. Just find a way to not drop any points, and they've done that, South Africa, with a good scrum. Now they just need a clear exit, not rush anything, get their defence together, slow the ball of France down, get some turnovers. But there's no rush for them. They don't feel they have to be under pressure. Only 11-0 down, they've had no ball. If they start getting some possession, they know they've got players that can threaten, no doubt about that. So job one done. Job two, just get it out of here.
Well, that's right, and also it's David Kutzer now for his first touch.
Okay.
His injury replacement last year. He had 3 appearances, including the bronze medal match where they beat New Zealand 40-30.
Need to keep the gap here. There's the opposite side. There's the opposite side. Keep that space.
So the front row being told to keep the space, and that's Blula and Bata and Kabakanya for South Africa. Thro, Lachaud and Bourun for France. Coming to this tournament, South Africa number 3 seed, France number 1.
Crouch.
And head coach Sebastian Piccaroni
Bind.
certainly rotated his French squad throughout this tournament,
Set.
having experienced it last year as they went through unbeaten. The only side to do so. Huge scrum, they pop up in the middle.
Come up simultaneous.
That's better though from South Africa. The French had to stand up because the power was coming on from the junior Springboks.
Up simultaneous. Same scrum.
All the way.
South Africa so stable during their pool wins over Georgia, Scotland and New Zealand. First time they find themselves
Crouch.
with a small mountain to climb in the first half.
Set.
Puts up and from Selborne College. Waits in the pocket if they get this scrum ball cleanly. Budolezi there. They get the penalty instead. South Africa hold strong up front.
Not driving straight.
Yeah, they know how important that is too. Great composure there from South Africa. Budolezi could have easily picked that ball up or released it. He decided not to because he knew he was going to get the penalty, so that's good. Game management from the number 8.
This kick knocked back in the field of play. Here they go, Lebel. Matthias Lebel. Scragged by Richardson. Possession and attack still with the French side. Carbonell chips for his winger. Isaacs is there. Oh, it's been well taken in. Loop around. France. Massive collision yet again. Tour Vincent was after that. Joseph peels it back.
Okay,
Carbonell wide ball. Space to operate.
Advantage white.
Lebel looks to step again.
One offside.
Advantage for the French. Interception. It would have been a try the other way, but hadn't been for the advantage that Craig Evans was playing.
Where's the mark, Andrea? Yeah.
He's that's unfortunate. He can't miss touch in games like this. It was well kept in, though, you have to say. Bit of skill from France, from the right-hand winger, Pinto, just to knock that ball back inside. And fortuitously for France, it bounced up for them, and then the kick pass
Shot.
for Carbonell. Easy points on offer. Look at this here from the right-hand winger. Oh, he's on the touchline.
Out of bounds.
Yeah.
Ouch.
So it makes it doubly so. The French having to come back because of the intercept, but geez. A couple of, I reckon, a couple of some wrong calls so far in this first half.
Very tough for knockout rugby. 4 penalties inside their own half. South Africa concede. And this one, the easiest kick so far for Louis Carbonell. Who adds his third penalty. And France have a 14-0 lead. 30 minutes gone.
Kick-off time. South Africa just needs some possession some way, somehow.
Looking to pressure this restart. Taking on that touchline. They do well yet again. Good work there from Pinto.
Hold. Use it.
Collie. Be good with his box kicks. This one gives a chance for Kutsa to put this back.
Hold it, 35.
Being kicked downfield to Angelo Davids. Davids loves the little jump step. Gets the bump on Haddad. South Africa need to be patient in their build-up here with Sangweni with the Golden Lions. And Kabakanye. Van der Mesh waits. Takes it to the line with 3 French players on him. Hendrikse loops around to Richardson. Richardson's hit hard by Hamanou. France know they have to tackle for their lives in this game because South Africa is so good with quick possession and skipping through the tackles. In Kabakanye yet again. Kutsa comes wide here to Isaacs, who toes it through. A bit too deep though, gives a chance for the French fullback, Mathis Labelle. Have ample time to put his kick downfield. Isaacs now. And France win this territorial battle.
But that's better from South Africa, just keeping possession. Getting some time with ball in hand. And the French look like they're going to send one of their big ball runners and Joseph out into the back line, so short line out for them.
Widen out the front, lads.
See, there's the ball that they're living off South Africa. Just scraps at the moment.
64% for France. That's why they find themselves so well in front. Carbonell, short ball. Julian Bowie, the 19-year-old, loves a header. There's the inside centre. A couple of dummy runners as they look to go wide. Half almost intercept. Labelle gets it away on that far side. Pinto kicks back in field of play. Ball almost scooped up, and Hendrikse was there, but been knocked on by South Africa. And France still asking all the questions here in the first half.
Yeah, good ball movement through by the French. Ball into space, which has been so good. Draw and pass. I haven't seen a centering kick in years. Look at this. Good skill from the right-hand winger. Very tough to take on the full from Davids. That's very, very tough. Remember, using the kick, which has been good. It is an artificial turf, so these balls on the ground are always going to be tough to pick up. It's been raining for the majority of the day, and it still is at the moment.
Okay.
Some strong carries by Labelle.
Sorry.
France, another solid platform to go at it again.
Crouch. Bind.
They've graduated 59 players from this tournament to represent France internationally.
Okay.
And certainly using this tournament in the last few years to
on the bind, I want you to rest.
dominate this under 20 competition.
To load and slingshot in. He can take the weight. You rest and hold.
It's been a real battle, hasn't it? The scrum time.
Time on.
Back and forth. South Africa took the last couple.
Come on, Asa. Come on, Asa. Open. Crouch.
South Africa good practice against Georgia and Argentina when I hosted them earlier this year in the warm-up. They knew it's such an important area of the game. Free kick to France. So momentum stays with the men from the Northern Hemisphere.
I'm sure they'll go again scrum time, yeah.
Rest on a bind, do not load your bind.
No deload. No deload at all.
Don't load on your bind.
So much spoken about Jordan Joseph.
The load is coming from the prop.
Big unit, only a young man though. Looked after so far in this game, but
Land the plane, boys. Land the plane. Heaps. Yeah, you take it.
Yeah, at 17 years of age,
Crouch.
getting the Player of the Tournament award last year. It's
Bind.
remarkable. His side
Set.
have the ascendancy here in this first half.
Keep it up, elbow up. Elbow up.
And South Africa stopped them from adding any more points. Carbonell chips over the top, charge down. Kutsa,
Backwards.
fantastic from him. South Africa kick it downtown. Davids is chasing. He's the one that stabbed it through. LaBelle, good slide from the fullback. Gets to his feet. South Africa backline there to help, and Nombo also. South Africa only have one player back, so the kick is on here if Carbonell wants it. Matthias Haddad.
oh, this may be the bit of luck that South Africa needed in the second half to get back in it, just find some points. Do you go for a shot or do you punch the corner? Good defense from South Africa. Looks like they're going to go for the line. You imagine South Africa get a 5-pointer before the half. That'll be huge for their confidence in the second 40. There's the pass and good defense coming up nice and strong, lowered in the tackle. And then going again, have to release.
Fez Mbata, born in Empagani, goes to the back. Good take from El Rakhlo as well.
Advantage.
South Africa have advantage, and this is the right side of the field for them to be in.
Penalty advantage.
Luther in as well. They have penalty advantage, so it's okay for a free play. There's nothing in that one, so penalty just outside the 22.
Now this makes it an interesting decision. What does Buthelezi want to do?
Number 4.
Does he want to have a go for points? Yeah, let's go for a try.
He wants that Kwaggaburger. Let the big man eat. They go to the corner. South Africa's lineup.
It was a good one, this one. Right at the back. They get it nice and early. There's nothing France can do except pull that down. Good pressure from South Africa. You can take this all the way back to their corner where they're able to dig their sprigs in and get a couple of turnovers. Now, can they execute here? Here we go.
They went to the back of the last occasion. South Africa 8 metres out. High one for Buthelezi. Richardson is in. The back line are flying in as well. Momentum has been stopped, so Nkabakanye is the biggest scrum off you'll see in World Rugby. Van der Mesh, the pick and drive. They work towards the uprights. Ball skips out there, and some strong tackles from France. There's Blula. Picks and goes with Buthelezi. Richardson around the corner. He does well.
Ball is there.
The junior Springboks
8 back.
use their pack to crunch it upfield. Richardson again. France, good tackles there from Barassi.
Survive.
Ball still there for Van der Mesh. El Rakhlo comes in with a clean-up. France's defence have done well, 12 phases. South Africa within 5. Buthelezi now.
Thank you, 10.
Carbonell told to release it. Van der Mesh, the man mountain.
Nah.
Joseph couldn't get that. Still fighting is Jordan Joseph. Give the ball to Nkabakanye. He peels around. Mbata.
Okay, advantage.
Blew the advantage for offside. South Africa have it. Might as well peel it to the backs.
Penalty advantage. Still advantage.
Still advantage for South Africa as they go over the line.
Oh, I think that's down. Oh, geez, I thought I saw it down.
Go on, winger. Offside.
It was good discipline from both sides on attack. South Africa defensively, France until the end.
Okay. Time off.
See the knees taken by this French team. They are absolutely out on their feet.
You sacked them all? Yeah. And now you're offside. Yes, be careful, please.
Okay.
So they've been told, sacking them all and offside. So good decision to go to the ball here, to the line out.
Make sure all players are up.
I want to see if he got this down. Look at this. Oh, we don't see it.
Open up.
You have to watch that later, KT. But South Africa still 1-5 before they go to the break, or 7 if they can.
Time on.
Mbata gets the grip on the ball in slippery conditions here in Rosario. 3 or 4 different fakers, and now it finally comes to Buthelezi, the number 8 at the back. It's the drive from the junior Springboks. Mbata almost slipped away there. Fez Mbata. South Africa over. There's a new sheriff in town. Fez Mbata.
Yeah, it's a try.
Oh, exactly what the junior Springboks needed after all their scramble. No possession, no territory. But in the end, they get themselves back into the semi-final. We're at the right time too. Hooter's gone. Everybody's in. And that's the way they played this tournament. It has been a squad effort, 1 in, 1 all. And there it is there, the put down. Fez Mbata. Great structure, great drive, great leg position too. Well done.
Mbata out of Maritzburg College in Durban looks on as his scrum half raises the flags.
Half time.
Game back on. And that is half-time here in Rosario, Argentina, where France leads South Africa by 14-7 during the 2019 semi-finals at the World Rugby Under-20s Championship.
Sudáfrica 7, Francia 14.
Time was good for me. Time was good for me. Time was good for me. Two. Fine. Still bound, still bound. Try is good. Yeah, it's a try. Listen. Two. Fine. Still bound, still bound. Try is good. Yeah, it's a try. Listen. Two. Fine. Still bound, still bound. Try is good. Yeah, it's a try. Listen.
Destacadas, entrevistas, resultados, estadísticas y videos. World.rugby. Próxima jornada es el sábado que viene. Acá tenés que estar para disfrutar la quinta y última jornada de este mundial inolvidable para los rosarinos, para los santafesinos. Provincia que supo acoger una vez más un evento de características internacionales, nada más ni nada menos el Mundial M20. Estás siendo partícipe, estás siendo parte. Se viene de un momento a otro el segundo tiempo entre Sudáfrica y Francia. El resultado parcial de este partido es Francia 14, Sudáfrica 7. Se viene en breve nada más.
It's the biggest moment of these players' lives as a place in the final of the 2019 World Rugby Under-20s Championship is on the line. After 40 minutes, it's France who have the lead 14-7 over South Africa here at the Rosario, Argentina. And it's a try by Jordan Joseph and 3 penalties by Louis Carbonell have the French up. 1 score from Fez Mbata late in that first half have South Africa on the board. I'm Dallin Stafford, joined alongside New Zealand rugby legend Carl Tanana.
Well, we've got a good game in prospect. Last second 40 for these guys in terms of the semi-final. The number 7, Sangweni, has been absolutely brilliant in the first half. Really had to push it. Got a couple of nice turnovers when his side needed it. And in the end, even though the junior Springboks found themselves with hardly any territory or possession, still look well in this game.
Craig Evans says, let's go. France to the left, your screen in white to South Africa in green and gold. 14-7. The men from the Northern Hemisphere. 11 degrees, an early penalty here for South Africa in dewy and slippy conditions.
He just felt just before the half when South Africa got their try, the whole momentum has shifted to them. France there, indiscretion right from the kickoff, taking the man in the air. Now the body language from the South African team look a lot more urgent coming out of the sheds.
They have Damien Fenter on in 16 and Kudzwa Dube on in 17, so 4 replacements used so far in the first half. Zwanandaba Mnombo came on and David Kutsa.
Yeah, you can't take the man out like that. The right-hand winger, Pinto.
France line out. More for them to the halfway line. This French team has certainly showed up today. Much different from the side that lost to Argentina 47-26 just 5 days ago. Leo Colley gets the ball away to his lock. Kylian Karasi. Carbonell goes high. Backline very flat on the chase. Davids, Angelo Davids, great take from the winger. Wow, and then he gets carried a few extra meters. Jaden Hendrickson goes to his captain, Pepsi Buthelezi. Elric Lowe, a break from the lock forward. South Africa around about the 10-minute mark as Kutsa comes across to Pretorius. That's an urgency. Oh, the knock-on creeps in. Colley has this for France. 2-on-1. Big tackle. The French keep it tight. Carbonell looks for space in back play. He's got Vogan Isaacs, though. Tremendous kick of the ball as well as Isaacs. And Isaacs does it again. One bounce, skip into touch. Quick take, though, from Carbonell. He's not here to mess around.
Right.
Kutsa. The counter-attack with Davids. Oh, no. That's the rain we spoke about earlier that is on this pitch.
Geez, it was a nice kick, though, wasn't it, for Vogan Isaacs? Absolutely pinpoint example of what you're talking about.
The throw was fine for me.
Just a little knock-on from Davids, who did extremely well just moments earlier under a lot of pressure with 4 French defenders in front of him, jumped up, claimed their ball and was off on the run as well.
Long bind and height. please.
Other scores happening around two different venues. We had Italy beat Scotland 26-19, that's 10th versus 11th positions, and Georgia, they beat Fiji 12-8. But the big one, of course, was Australia punching their ticket into the final, 34-13 against Argentina. They were fantastic.
Crouch.
And who's going to meet them?
Bind.
Going to be the defending champs France or the former champs South Africa.
Hold.
Wales also beat New Zealand second time ever in history, 8 points to 7. Tough conditions earlier this morning. Carbonell for France.
Forward hold.
Goes back to Takia Abrams. Isaacs at speed. Beautiful dummy. Vogan Isaacs. Upended in the end. Van der Mesch, another big game needed from him. Scored one of the best lock tries you'll see. There's Damien Fenter, the man from Helpmacar College. Goes up and Buthelezi, the next carrier. Pepsi Buthelezi. Hendrikse, the inside ball. He keeps it. And Klabakanye was making meters. Yejam Baptista Gro on him.
Hold 12.
The junior Springboks keep it with Buthelezi and Richardson. Van der Mesch and Lowe, two of the best locks in this competition. Puts well driven forward there. Sangweni was with him. There's no gap there for Hendrikse. France attack the breakdown but don't come away with it. There's Van der Mesch for the third time this movement. He stopped in his tracks though. And Klabakanye. Now Elrich Lowe. South Africa finding reasonable success here by keeping it tight, and then it splits free and Carbonell has it for France. Just one missed opportunity and they're back defending. Angelo Davids has Abrams with him. He puts it long. The bell goes back to collect. South Africa will get the line out.
Well, it really is a chess match now, isn't it? You can tell the difference in game plan for South Africa. There's a couple of holes of punching in and around the ruck of France. And this is a nice return from Vogan Isaacs. If they're going to kick the ball to him with a staggered chase line, he will sting them.
You win.
Venter, short line out for South Africa. Van der Mesch. Richardson drops back to form the ruck. He's by himself now.
Complete.
Isolated.
White didn't survive. Off feet. Off feet.
But it stays with the men in green and gold. And Van der Mesch. South Africa again, keep it tight. And Bata involved there. Hendrikse. Buthelezi again around the fringes. Grinding away in this game. 6 minutes gone in the second half. 7 points still the buffer for France. As Kutsa again throws the dummy. France knew they had to fly up. They go for Dubé. Kudzwai Dubé, second time this movement. It's a kick inside the 22. The chasers are there. Ball bounces. Comes through. Tough for Fenwa.
Thank you.
Plenty of opportunities here for South Africa to counter-attack. As Isaacs goes for the corner, it finds Carbonell. Some tired legs out there and slipping, but it's fine. Abrams. Scored one try so far in this tournament. Crashes it upfield. Tremendous determination from both these sides. Fenter. Penalty for offside play, and France were bordering on offside the whole time there. They had to fly up to stop any momentum for South Africa.
Well, that's the thing. They really have been testing the limits of the law there, knowing that if South Africa get it way on, they're going to be tough to beat.
Number 3 offside.
It was Buren The French prop being singled out. Now we're going to go for the shot at goal. They've had to work hard to get into this position. Have South Africa. Got to admire the continuity, though. From the junior Springboks, keeping their composure. Oh, yeah, mile offside, isn't he? Out wide there.
He just looked up, put his hand and said, I'm sorry. We'll give an opportunity here for Jaden Hendricks as the rain comes down gently from right in front. 44 metres or so. Pushes it to the side. 14-7 still the score.
You still don't mind that, though. They're on the right end of the field and they're just starting to compile pressure. They had to withstand it from France in the first half. It'll be interesting to see what France do without a lot of ball. There's a lot of slow players now in their forward pack just walking around for France.
Now goes to Richardson. Bergen Isaacs sets off on a run, gets the offload away to Kutsa. Beautiful stuff. South Africa flick it alive. Isaacs working in tandem with David Kutsa. And now Al Rakhlo. South Africa back inside the 22. Pepsi Buthelezi. Asanati and Klabakanye. Big frame, big run. Van der Mesh. The back inside ball.
No, that's fine, it's flat.
Still been handled. Al Rakhlo is there. All of South Africa's players on the right-hand side. And Buthelezi peels away to the left, spills the ball.
Right, now he went backwards on the floor.
Unfortunately, ran away from his support runners. So France can clear their lines.
Use it.
Carry there from Alex Borden.
9, use it, please. 7, stay.
Leo Colley told to do something with it. This one is okay if it goes into touch because South Africa will still have an attacking line out just outside the 22.
I think he knew he was wishing for the touchline. Leo Colley, his team are absolutely spent. Some good work done here. Inside ball just taken. Good skills from Lowe. Pressure still on, though.
Venter goes to the back. Excellent throw as Van der Mesh peels around. Venter, he'd unbounded that ball, so he goes around himself. South Africa.
3 back, thank you.
Al Rakhlo starts ahead of Emil van Heerden, son of Springbok Fritz van Heerden. Very flat ball to JJ van der Mesh. It's play on. How do South Africa breach this line? And Klabakanye again. Kutsa, short ball to Rikus Pretorius.
1 back.
They've done well to stop that inside centre. So creative in the other game. Set up that try. And here goes Al Rakhlo. That's the fight and determination that Sean Roux knows he has in the side. Van der Mesh. France with Buren. It's a line and Klabakanye. Rikus Pretorius was flying in. And Joseph gets us away for his side. This kick is not out. Abrams, what a catch and take. Beats one. Takir Abrams inside the 22. South Africa back with momentum, man. Captain Buthelezi. 2 appearances in the 2018 edition of this tournament. That one's gone very flat again to Dube. On the right-hand side, Mnombo. France continue to make the hits, but South Africa continue to make the drives. And Klabakanye, 134 kilograms. He's double the weight of the reserve scrum off Nohamba. Dube. 4th replacement used so far in this clash. Oh, what a ball. And here they go from Klabakanye. Wide to Angelo Davids. Davids cuts in. Sangweri is on his shoulder. Now Van der Mesh.
First man, that's good.
France pile in and they've turned it over again. Joseph might have been the player to force it over. South Africa
16 back.
We're looking for their second try.
Use it.
But the defending champions show you why they are so good. Going unbeaten last year.
Green.
Colley clears the lines. Not out. Kutsa back inside to Vogan Isaacs. Isaacs drifts across. He's got space here with Abrams. Abrams in open space. Well handled in the end there from Pinto. Ulrich Lowe. Tremendous work rate from the lock forward. Another superb pass from Nklabakanya. It's been lost. And that kick
Scrum.
doesn't matter because it's been knocked on originally by South Africa.
Yeah, Jared, I see they're lucky to get away with that one, but some nice touches from Nklabakanya. But the back three from South Africa looking very sharp. A couple of nice returns from Isaacs. Angelo Davids as well, and Abraham's been electric. It was a pressure ball, to be fair, for Venter. Gee, South Africa got a mortgage on the territory stakes in the second half. Because of all those tackling numbers, they're having to make a lot of changes up front. Look at them all huddled up.
That's right, Rand Barker on the field, Gorky Better and Paul Malay take the field in jersey 16, 18 and 19 respectively.
Green one.
Kanye's day is over. He's been good in this tournament, the big number 3. Got some silky skills for front rower. Look at those deep breaths going in now from this French team. First time they've been under sustained pressure.
He's the first man, he can rip it.
Look at that second half tackles. France 77 compared to South Africa 7. That's 13 as well, so the pressure definitely coming on from the junior spring box.
Sorry, I didn't see 8. Sorry.
And KT subs for South Africa include Keegan Glade in the front row and Sanile Nohamba, the replacement halfback. So both sides, you said, going to the bench. Still with 27 minutes to go.
I still believe that the South Africans' bench is deeper. This guy's been electric when he's come onto the field. Maybe he's the one to crack the code for South Africa. Hendricks has been brilliant for 53 minutes.
If you're just joining us, it's France leading the second semi-final 14-7 against South Africa. Get on the socials at World Rugby. Use the hashtag World Rugby U20s.
I want that square, I want that shoulder.
We're in for a thrilling finish. The winner will face Australia. They haven't made the final since 2010, Australia, and they got demolished in it, so they'll be eager for their first championship victory. And we're 300 kilometers from the capital, Buenos Aires. We've been treated well here in Argentina, as France a relieving penalty at scrum time.
In and down.
You can see their new front row for them making an impact. Still not over for them. It goes out, and there's going to be South Africa's throw into this line out, so the pressure still hasn't been fully released. Louis Cabanel's really been shut out of the game in the second half, hasn't he? Had hardly any ball.
Time's still off. Perfect. Time is off.
So it will be a French throw since it was a penalty from the scrum.
Time back on.
And another replacement there for France coming on is Gauthier Marafat, the 18-year-old, as Rand Barker. He has been fantastic in this tournament. He's the impact that France need to get things going, 100 kilograms. He's so active in the loose. Goes to the back. Joseph is there.
Keep it up, Green.
France want to get out of their half with Barker right now. There he is straight away. Rand Barker looks for the pass, but goes safety first.
6 was good in front of me.
Flat ball there from
Complete.
the halfback to Matthias Haddad. South Africa now being asked to make the tackles as Maravat has his first touch. Barker yet again. He goes against Kudzwa Dube. On the front foot, Paul Malay. Again, big drives there. Got to get better involved. Immediate impact from the bench from both sides. Gauthier Maravat. Colley goes over the top. Nohamba dives. Oh, the ball's been kicked through. Tantalizing stuff. It just goes towards the touchline.
Well, it's a good kick in the end, the box kick again from Coley, just out of the reach of Nohamba. He tried everything to get there. Half a metre away from, look at him there. They just scramble. Isaac's getting across and keeping their ball out.
Jaakko Labuskakni wearing 20 for South Africa takes the field. And it's South Africa were attacking just moments ago. As Dylan Richardson leaves inside the other 22. Steele at the line out. Collie has it. Fenter tries to bring him down. France. They've repelled South Africa's attack and now they have something of their own.
Advantage knock on.
They've lost this one, so South Africa get a chance with Sanili Nohamba. They fight around the breakdown positions.
Knock on by White.
I think it was Labuskakni. They come on and turn that ball over to the number 20. Yeah, it was too. Immediate impact off the bench. For a man in jersey number 20. Timely turnover.
One that side, straight to the ground.
We always knew it was going to be this tight, didn't you? Because these two teams are so physical. The way the conditions are, it's never going to be an open flowing game. Possession was all France in the first half, well in the second half, totally different story. South Africa's been dominating.
South Africa want to get out of the end zone here.
Crouch.
South Africa have won 5, lost 1 and tied 1 against France in previous meetings. But those stats go out the window when there's a place in the final up for grabs.
Very short defensive line for France here. Their first 5, second 5 and centre, very, very tight. South Africa keeping their width. So France are expecting the hit up from Rickers Pretorius.
Keep the height up. One square off.
We see it there.
Continue to keep that height.
They're within the uprights, aren't they? Defensively, France. So South Africa do want a chance their arm. France are willing them to.
Yeah, coaches Jean Roux and Louis Kuhn and Bafana and Gleko for South Africa. Spoken so highly of the side and the confidence they have, taking one game at a time. Although they knew that the French side had been through this last year. Sebastian Piccaroni with his side. And France have a penalty. This could be more points.
17 angle into floor.
I think this has come from the assistant referee. They're saying angle to ground. They're going to try and take the shot and push it out to a 2-score lead here, France, but under a lot of pressure to make a lot of tackles, as we've seen. So on the other side, I think it was, is where the issue was. Craig Evans was all right, but he looked to his assistant referee and asked him.
7. He's coming towards you there. Just say thank you.
Louis Carbonel lines us up for France. We're approaching the final 20 minutes of this clash. And the pressure exerted by France has been immense.
Keep looking hard on our height and the elbow up.
Bleuet, despite having lost a pool match, still scraped through here in the semi-finals. South Africa unbeaten so far. First points of the second half belong to Louis Carbonel as France extend their lead 17-7.
Looks like Hedy Goyen is on for France in jersey 21.
South Africa go deep to Collie. Hit by Abrams. As the sun is set here at the Racecourse Stadium in Rosario.
Use it! Use it!
Barker.
Advantage.
A turnover ball, South Africa. There we go, Vandermesh.
Prime opportunity. Nohamba goes across to Pretorius. Rickers Pretorius.
Come back for the scrum.
Still they'll get the scrum, will South Africa.
Oh, what a turnover. Timely one too. The big man, JJ Van der Mesh, just using his raw power to get on that ball.
In as many scrums, there's probably been as many penalties.
The turnovers.
I'm working on
Just the fourth one for them.
Need you to square off and keep that tight.
Our prime time to strike, especially after France getting that penalty
Exactly
shot.
the same now.
Okay, let's go, man. Come on.
Still a long time, last quarter.
Yeah, got it.
Plenty of time, but of course South Africa don't want to leave it too late. 10-point buffer for France. And you heard the front row there, Damien Venter saying, "Hier is die merk."
Crouch! Bind!
Waiting for you to translate there, KT.
No,
Here's the
wait,
mark,
embarrass
he's saying,
myself. There we go.
as their backline. Have a plan move. Buthelezi off the back. Ruck there by Pretorius. Nohamba. Wide ball. Elrich Low, full of running today. What a pass. Van der Mesh, the two locks. They're like wildebeest in the wild. Knees on the ground. Now told to roll away. Isaacs steps at the right. At his most active game so far in the tournament has Vogan Isaacs, the fullback. Dubé. France pinched this.
Knock on.
Again, they come away with this, and Joseph at the centre of it. Extremely frustrating for
Green
the
back.
South African side. They do so well
20
until they
hold.
get 10 metres
Use
out.
it. It's advantage hold from the knock.
Collie goes down into touch. There's launch is over, so it'll be a line at 4 South Africa, and they go all the way back to the 10-metre.
What's making it so hard for South Africa is France. They're infringing. They're taking a long time. They're lying on the ball here.
France.
Not keeping their body weight. It's very tough to get good, quick, clean ball.
Not thrown straight to the tail.
Outside arm. White. White, do you want to line out? Or do you
They've
want to
got the
scrum?
option for the line out
The line
or
out?
the scrum
Or the
if
scrum.
they want. Since it's not in straight, they're going to go the scrum, are they?
Okay. Scrum on the 15.
Let's go, man. Come on, man. Come on.
Jordan Joseph there's carries from the boot. It's 3 turnovers has been the most important thing for him.
Crouch.
Well, that's right, keeping South Africa out from scoring. They've had no problem in their previous 3 games. Oh, you don't often see that. The ball over the top, but an early push there by South Africa. So they ping.
Early.
You see now they're just trying to make it snail's pace, the French team.
Come again.
Some team slots from the bench there from South Africa.
And now we got pushing early. On the set, I want complete stability. Complete stability. Thank you.
No penalty.
Come in closer if you wish.
South Africa champions in 2012, 1 silver medal in 2014, and 7 bronze medals. In response, France. 1 final, 1 championship last year in 2018. Looking to go back to back.
Hold it.
Carp now on that occasion to kick 7 out of 7 penalties, even though Alex scored 3 tries to 2. What does Evans say now with this one?
So the French won't mind us. It's just eking time off the clock.
We're going to go again.
So they'll scrum all day long if they can.
Up. Go again.
So time comes on from South Africa. Straight up.
Step up. Up, White. Crouch.
Final 15 minutes of this clash. 10 points the difference.
Set.
It's France
Hold.
with the lead. South Africa have been frustrated in this game. And a penalty goes again to the French, and Craig Evans.
And bring 17, please.
He's talking to Kudzwai Dube.
Okay. It's a simple conversation. 3 there is square. Your first step is coming towards me and going around. That's where scrum has gone. I think in 4 scrums, there's been 3 penalties against you. If the next one is a penalty against you, I may have to escalate my decision. Please change your shape. Please.
Well, there's the explanation there from referee Craig Evans. And this French team just trying to close it out. Still a long time to go. 15 minutes. Want to just try and get up here and contest there. South Africa turn this ball over. Stop France dominating the pace of this game. You see very slow to this line out again. There's Barker who's going to have the throw.
Barker played in all 5 under 26 nation matches this year. Used effectively off the bench. They go to the front with Jarasi. Ball there with Malava.
Through the middle, that's fine. Through the middle.
Judo enthusiast turns 19 on June 11th.
Hold. Thank you.
Barker. France go back to the short side. Joseph gets the fend on Labuskachny, drops down against Buthelezi, but they stop him.
Hold.
Under pressure here for Carbonell, cuts back in, forced in by Pretorius.
6.
Barker yet again. Another big collision. Advantage there. Buthelezi falling on the wrong side. It's unfortunate for South Africa.
Still penalty advantage, right?
Still the penalty advantage. South Africa do not want to concede any more of those. As Matisse Labelle, who's a good game, has the fullback from Toulouse. Carbonell fires it into open space. They drop the shoulder. Deal Bowie. Flat line there from Malay. And that's the penalty.
Not rolling away.
It is kickable.
I'm sure they'll slow it right down here, France. Carbonell is just striding up.
Right there, Smithy. Right mark. Just double check. Not rolling away. You can go post. Okay.
Big clash in the middle of their park.
Sorry, is here I was wrong?
Very tough to get out of their position for the captain, Buthelezi.
Do you still want posts? Yeah. You still want posts? Okay. Shot called. Thanks, Mickey. No, I got the mark wrong. My fault.
This sight will not be happy viewing for South African fans as they cheer on the junior Springboks. It's 4 penalties to Louis Carbonell. This one will put them up 10 points with 11 to go. Trying to squeeze this game away from South Africa or the French.
He really hasn't been the influence in the second half than the first. He was Louis Carbonell, but he's been very good off the tee.
The French celebrate. Penalty number 5 for Carbonell. 20 points to 7, 13 points to Buffer. Nohamba wants to get on with things for South Africa. 2 converted tries they need. Just the try scored by Fezem Bata at minute 40 for South Africa. France looking for Kali. Goes to Kutsa. Puts us well contained to the halfway line. Van der Mesch stopped in his tracks and driven backwards. That's a sight you thought you'd never see. Van der Mesch, one of the players of the tournament. It's France. Turn it over as well as Joseph. An inspired French team with the lead behind them. Perea.
Stay.
Here to go in. South Africa get a penalty.
First man on his feet.
Much needed for Nohamba and his side.
Yeah, Labuskaknea was again getting a turnover, second one since coming onto the field. Need to hit the sideline here, South Africa. Still keep composed though. Just execute. Don't be rushed.
Okay.
There's some players that can break this for sure. Steenberg and Isaac's been very dangerous.
The line is yours.
Abraham's also. And here's that defense. He needs some help there, doesn't he, JJ Van der Mesch? I thought this is a ruck when it goes to deck.
Venter goes to the back. It's been pinched by France. They've certainly rattled the cage in the semi-final as Carbonell again goes for the territory. His kick is out on the full.
Probably better option here. Oh, as he said, that hasn't touched the sideline.
Have to see that one again.
Carbonell's outside the 22. Oh, geez, I thought that hit, but
Very tight indeed as Venter needs this one. Sangweni at the back. Problem with the jumpers. South Africa have a long way to go, so they kick it downfield. 8 minutes to go. It's not going to get there much. It's been received there by Vincent Pinto.
Leave it green. Floor first.
Scored in the Six Nations against Wales, Scotland and Italy, did Pinto.
Advantage.
And now another advantage with Paul Mallet. The game slowly starting to slip away from South Africa.
Full offside.
France. Carbonell. Pretorius has him.
I'm sure a shot has come in here from France.
4, 5 and 12 offside. 4, 5 and 12.
More time off the clock here for
Post call.
the French team. Seventh penalty. Given this half for South Africa. They have to try and do something, don't they? They're just trying to get up. It was before that was the penalty. Just to the right-hand side of the upright, it says Shotters. They have the length, that's for sure. Louis Carbonell.
Coming into this game, one didn't expect France to be capitalising this much on South Africa's mistakes. South Africa haven't been allowed to play their free-flowing game. Getting turned over far too often, so 20 points to 7. More on offer for this young flower of Louis Carbonell. Played 8 matches for Toulon in the top 14, scoring 2 tries in 2018-2019.
Shank that one to the left.
South Africa need to keep this in hand now if they can. Obviously, it's a 22-metre drop-up, but when they get possession again,
remember, two very difficult conditions to handle too. The rain's coming down, the ball's bouncing off the deck.
Sanile Nonamba with the restart. Lavelle takes this one. Nice run from the fullback. Back inside ball, the pop. Pinto goes wide. Big tackle in the corner on Hirigoyen. South Africa want to get on with it.
Okay, play. No lie on.
That's
forward,
good.
Play on.
Good quick thinking there from Nohamba.
Fine.
Goes to
Ball
Dubé.
came loose, one gathered. Green
And that's the
release.
turnover again.
Whoosh.
France hounded. The ball still stays with the men in white in the semi-final. Australia beat Argentina earlier, 34-13, and they're in the final on Saturday, June 22nd. As France confidently take it upfield with Berea. They're up by 13 points.
18, back.
Labuskachny all over that one. Nahamba once. Ball's been thrown away, sir.
Yeah, the third turnover for him. Just been introduced to the field by Labuskachny. He's definitely made an impact coming off the bench, that's for sure. The man in jersey number 20.
From the Blue Bulls, as part of the Elite Player Development Academy program and University of Pretoria, the Tukkies.
Hold there, hold. Number 6.
Mike Hockey on the field, wearing 22 for Matthias Haddad for France.
Just a one.
4 minutes to go, last roll of the dice for South Africa.
Time on. 4 minutes.
2 converted tries will put them up 21-20. Knocked down there, it stays with the junior Springboks, and Rikus Pretorius attacks the line. Joseph can't get it this time as they go through El Richelo. This ball left behind, and Buthelezi cleans up for his side, the captain. So many white jerseys bunched in tight. South Africa struggled to get through this line.
Tackle complete.
Ooh, that's a lifting tackle.
Oh, look at that, Smithy.
On Vogan Isaacs.
I just thought this was Smithy. Just have a look at that tackle from please.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing this tackle again. I thought it was a lift as well.
Separate, please.
From France, this might be a penalty South Africa. I'm not sure if the TMO's having a look at it.
Okay, France 13.
I think that's what we're just waiting for. Craig Evans is...
So just checking the number. There is a penalty.
Looks like it's a penalty South Africa, so they're going to have another nudge.
I'm waiting for the number.
Punch the corner.
The tackles against yourself. It's a penalty for lifting tackle.
Where's the captain? Vincent.
Perfect. Penalty only, lifting tackle.
Boys, we can still do this. We can still do this.
We can still do this, says South Africa. The belief is with the team on the field. They go to the corner.
If you score off the set-piece line-out, no doubt you can. Late conversion, just all you want is an opportunity for another kickoff. So, with his time, there's life.
The Republic of South Africa. It rests on this play. They come down, Labuskachny.
Okay, advantage.
The junior Springboks have advantage. They try to peel through here.
Penalty advantage.
Eventually sacked, Nohamba. Desperate times, they need numbers around the breakdown.
See how there, though, they don't release, they go straight on, lean on, don't carry their own body weight. They've been doing it a lot.
Somebody's got to go the bin eventually. Consistent play, slowing things down from the French.
Just tap it, go here.
19 a minute. Sorry. There's no need for that reaction, is there? I was on the wrong mark. We're going to take it again, but you need to calm down. Back here. Sorry, the mark is here. 19 white. Side entry. You okay? Where you are?
South Africa's line-out has had some miscues in the past, and there it is, knocked again. And you wonder why you wouldn't tap and go, though. Only 2 minutes to go on the clock. You need 2 converted tries. And France.
Can roll away then, please.
Put it to them.
9, let's use it, please. Use it.
Told to use it. They need to use it now. Collie looks back, gets his forward involved. Vieira. 90 seconds left.
Hold.
Ball from Malay.
Hands and push. Push 7. Green. 7. Use it.
Sean will be pulling his hair out as France slow this down.
Green out of there.
Rain
Thank you.
Barker.
Okay.
Get low!
Move. Okay,
Boys, extra step, please. Extra step.
Chop, Damien.
So tough to stop that.
7 back.
South Africa trying to force the turnover in France. Keep it tight. This is what you practice.
Back. 5 and 6. 5 and 6. Back. Use it.
20 seconds to go in the game. 20 points to 7. France on the verge of going back-to-back finals.
Green, you're not on the ball. Not on the ball.
7. They pick and drive yet again.
Back. 20.
11 phases for the French.
Use it. Let's go, please, White. Use it.
Carbonell goes out the back. It's full time. France were fantastic. And they're set to defend their 2019 title. They'll play Australia in the championship clash this Saturday. Their second final in history. And that's how much it means to them.
Con el último día, con la despedida del torneo, acá tenés que estar en el hipódromo de la ciudad de Rosario.
20 points to 7. France outplaying South Africa. They really frustrated the Junior Springboks.
Oh, they did, this French team. They got out to a good lead in that first 40 minutes, and South Africa just couldn't pull them back. Some good kicking off the tee from Louis Carbonell in the second 40 under pressure. Just extended their lead, and in the end, this French team, who haven't been at their best at all in this tournament, come up with a good one in the semi.
Jordan Joseph, the try scorer for France, in between those penalties from Louis Carbonell. Fezan Bata, the only try scorer for South Africa. And the first loss for the Junior Springboks, having been unbeaten in the pool stages. For the last 2 years, France have really had the edge over the Junior Springboks. They beat them 46-29 in the south of France in 2018. And delight for this French team. Back-to-back is no mean feat. And Sebastian Piccaroni, the head coach, will be absolutely ecstatic. Because again, they've had a mixed bag of performances during the pool stages, especially with that loss to Argentina, but they scraped through as a full seed.
Well, that's the thing. All you need to do in finals rugby is give yourself a chance, get into a semi-final, and anything can happen from there. They got manhandled in their last pool game by Argentina, so they had something to prove. And with the French, you don't know what team's going to turn up. And on today, here in Rosario, the good French outfit come with the plan. We're able to execute. South Africa, to their credit, though, fought for everything, got back into the game, but in the end, just too much of a lead from this French outfit.
This French team, well, over the years, they've had a few fourth place finish, some fifth, sixth as well. But it was 2018 when they went through unbeaten in France. They didn't have the best defensive record or attacking one, but it's their goal kicking of Louis Carbonell that kept them in the game. And here again, they knew South Africa were one of the sides that infringed the most and gave away the most yellow cards as well. They capitalized on that in rainy conditions here in Rosario. And let's go down for an interview with the winning captain, is with Sean Holly, Tour Vincent.
Arthur, congratulations. Your second final in 2 years. You must be a very proud captain.
Yeah, of course. It's unbelievable for the team. I'm very happy for each players in this team. So yeah, it's very good.
Your players turned up in style today. You're going to play a junior Wallaby team who had a great win. It should be a great final.
Yeah, I hope we will see that. It was a very hard game, we know that. And congratulations, South Africa, because it was a very hard game.
So you've got a couple of days off now, a good rest in readiness for the final?
Yeah, now it's recuperation. Good night, and after this is the final.
Artur, good luck in the final. Congratulations.
Thank you. Bye.
Well, a very happy captain there for the France under-20 side, booking their place in back-to-back finals here in Argentina this time round. And the 19-year-old, he was sublime on the day as well, the ladies team. And there they are, swan diving down the middle. And let's go down to Sean Holly, who's now with Pepsi Buthelezi.
Pepsi, your first defeat in this year's championships, you must be devastated.
Yeah, no, listen, I'll be honest, it's really not a good feeling, but just congratulations to the French side. I think they put us under a lot of pressure, but obviously not the best performance from our side, so we're just going to have to go back to the drawing board and have a hard look at ourselves.
We've done so well in this tournament, but you're up against a physical French team today who are the reigning champions. They made it hard for you.
Yeah, no, listen, I just think we didn't pitch up today. You know, I wouldn't get the start that we wanted. We made a lot of errors, and I think from there it was just a downward hill. But again, you know, well done to them. I think they played really well today.
Pepsi, thank you. Commiserations. Good luck in your last game.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Yeah. And this is what you'll see coming up this Saturday. It's Australia that'll take on France in the final. And the third place playoff game will be Argentina versus South Africa for bronze. So congratulations to France, who defeated South Africa 20 points to 7 to book their tickets in the final.